YouTube, what did YouTube say what TV? I am your host, Dre Day, and I've been paying attention to the news lately. Well, I always pay attention to the news, but it's not important. But I remember a while ago when Texas was having issues with the immigrants, migrants, political refugees, however y'all want to put it, coming across the border. And at the time, more liberal cities, Democratic ran cities, they weren't so open to lending a hand to those states that are having a way bigger influx than these major cities are. But it seems like the roosters come to roost, or whatever that saying is. The chickens come to hatch. I don't know. They'll help me out with that. But y'all remember when who was it? Greg Abbott sent maybe a handful, maybe no more than 100 immigrants to Martha's Vineyard, and they got them out quick. But nobody really talks about that too often. And now we got immigrants going to sanctuary cities. I don't know if the voters who vote these politicians into power realize what they were voting for at the time, but now they're getting a glimpse into what their policies lean toward, because at this point in time in Chicago, it seems like the politicians are more worried about helping the immigrants than their own cities when it comes to crime and things like that. But let's check out this article from News Nation.
All right, shifting gears now to an incredibly serious topic. The headlines haven't changed. Helpless migrants are flooding border entry points with no end in sight. Open arms sanctuary cities such as New York are suddenly having a change of heart. That vacancy light is starting to go dark. Chicago is now in the spotlight. The city has 16 open shelters with more than 13,000 migrants, more arriving each day. It's estimated that the crisis is costing the city $30 million per month. And now Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson has come up with what he thinks is a novel idea. He's asked all 50 of the city's council members to identify a 2-acre space in their ward to build tent cities to house the migrants. The mayor says that these tents will be equipped with heating and cooling and beds and food and hall and water hookups to house around 200 migrants each. But you do remember that we're talking about Chicago, right? So summer is almost over. Fall is in the air and winter isn't very far. Have you seen Chicago in the winter? The city set a new record in 2019, minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's the mayor's plan, to put migrants in tents and negative temperatures. I mean, what happens if someone gets hurt? Aldermen in Chicago are pushing back against the new mayor, saying that they don't have the space in their wards for these tent cities. And those tents would be used for the homeless in all 50 wards if the migrant crisis subsides. And that doesn't really leave them happy either. So Alderman Anthony Napolitano is from Chicago's 41st Ward, and he joins us here. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. You know, I read a little bit about you. I think it's safe to say that, you know, Chicago, the state of Illinois, has your heart and soul. You love everything about it. You're a dedicated public servant. What is the city like now?
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I wear this city on my sleeve. You know, we're going through a lot of changes over the years, and you know, for the most part, the city is beat up. The paid for riots and looting that happened years ago, we're still building back from that. Now we have this border crisis, or I should say it's more of like a border abandonment, because the government has abandoned the border, letting all these votes come in. That's what they're hoping for, I'm assuming. But our biggest issue here is aldermen like me. I voted against being a sanctuary city. Now I'm being told that we have to find lots or areas to put tents so these illegal immigrants could come and sleep in and stay, when the city has hundreds, if not thousands, of vacant buildings around the city that they can use to put these illegal immigrants in until they find their final destination. Like it's costing us up to a tune of $30 million a month to pay for this, and a lot of this money is going to not-for-profit organizations. And we're trying to track where this money is going, because clearly you can see our police districts are flooded with the immigrants, and it's just not a good idea. It's going to demoralize and it's going to hurt neighborhoods more than help these immigrants.
And you said that you weren't in favor of a sanctuary city. I was actually going to ask you, which camp were you in? And I was non-judgmentally, were you initially in favor and then you shifted? But since I know what you're in, I want to know what you're hearing from some of your peers. When we talk about these temperatures in Chicago, aside from the money, aside from feeding, aside from putting all these kids in school, we're talking about a real liability of people in negative 22-degree temperatures. That is unfathomable.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in Chicago. One day you can have 70 degrees.
Hate to cut it off, but there's another video I saw
Mayor
recently
Lori Lightfoot says that
where a lot of the citizens were upset at a town hall where Mayor, what's his name? They replaced Lightfoot, Brandon Jackson. All the citizens were upset because they were actually moving the migrants into African American communities. And this video we're going to go to next is in New York City, where AOC was shut down pretty much at a speech she was given about the immigration. And
did you know that you can get 50 to over $150,000 of investment capital at zero?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm here alongside Representative Adriano Escayat, and we're incredibly thrilled and excited to be here in order to make sure that we are joined by the Hispanic Caucus, as well as several other members from across the United States. We have geographic diversity here, including representatives from California, Texas, Illinois, as well as New Jersey. And what we seek to do is to make sure that all the resources are necessary and that we...
I don't think I need to go any further with this video, but yes, pretty interesting. I mean, people gotta know what they're voting for. Gotta check out these politicians' policies, see what they're actually getting instead of all this lip service. But this has been Say What TV. I'm Dre. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And y'all have a good day.